In this video, we are going to solve paper 4 of Cambridge, specimen paper 4 for the year 2025. It has got a duration of 2 hours and it has got a total marks of 100, and the students are allowed to use the calculator in this. In this exam, we are given with the list of formulas, and here we go, starting from question number 1. Write down the integer values of x that satisfy the inequality -2 less than or equal to x less than 2. So this is a closed inequality. So we need to include this value, that is -2, and then -1. The next integer is 0. The next integer is 1. And since here we have got an open inequality, x less than 2. So this is going to be our maximum integer included within this range. So we are not going to place 2 here. So this is going to be our final answer. Okay. Now for question number 2. In triangle PQR, QR equals to 10 centimeters and PR is equal to 11 centimeters. Using a ruler and compasses only, construct triangle PQR. The line PQ has been drawn for you. Okay. What we need to do, we need to draw QR first. It has got one point to be Q and the other point has to be R at a distance of 10 centimeters from Q. So what we need to do, we need to use our compass. So we need to place the needle of the compass here, and then we need to open that compass equal to 10 centimeters. So we are going to draw with the pencil an arc that is going to be a radius of 10 centimeters. So this radius at the moment is 10 centimeters. But this is not the point. Any of the point on the arc has not been finalized yet. So this is the arc that we have drawn. Then what we need to do, we need to now replace the needle of the compass, and we need to place it here at point P, and then we need to open the radius of the compass to be equal to 11 centimeters, and that would be something somewhere like over here. So we are going to draw an arc once again. This arc is of radius 11 centimeters. So wherever both of these arcs are going to intersect, that point would be labeled as point R. So this is our point R. So now we need to join them together. We need to join Q to this point of intersection of the arcs, and then point P to the point of intersection of these two arcs. So that would give us a triangle with this side to be 10 centimeters and this side PR to be equal to 11 centimeters. So in exams, you need to be aware of, like, examiners count and see these arcs drawn by the compass. So you need to use the compasses to draw these sides QR and PR. Okay, then it is question number 3. Simplify x raised to power 8, y raised to power 7 divided by x raised to power negative 1, y raised to power 3. Okay, we need to use the laws of indices here. A raised to power n divided by a raised to the power m, that equals a raised to power n minus m. So x raised to power 8 and x raised to power negative 1, we are going to have a minus sign in between these two indices because of this rule. And then same goes for y raised to the power 7 and then y raised to the power 3. Those are being divided, so that's why there is going to be a negative sign in between these two indices. So that gives us x raised to the power 8 plus 1 and y raised to the power 7 minus 3, that is x raised to the power 9 and y raised to the power 4. And that's answer to question number 3. Question number 4. F of x is equal to 3x minus 5. The domain of the function is negative 3, 0, 1. Find the range of f of x. We need to substitute these values of the domain into the given function f of x. So let's do it. F of negative 3, that is 3 times negative 3 minus 5. Negative 9 minus 5, that is negative 14. Then we need to do f of 0. Now I'm going to replace 0 here. So that is going to be 3 times 0 minus 5, that is negative 5. And then I'm going to replace 2 here. So f of 2 is going to be 3 times 2 minus 5, that is 6 minus 5, that is 1. So the answers are negative 14, negative 5, and 1 for the range. Okay, now I move to question number 5. Two towns A and B are shown on a map. The scale of the map is 1 centimeter to 3 kilometers. That means if there is a line of 1 centimeter, that would be representing an actual distance of 3 kilometers on the actual ground, and so on. Find the actual distance between A and B. Okay, what we need to do, we need to measure the line from A to B using rulers. So this distance becomes to be, let me measure it, around 10.9 centimeters. So if this distance is equal to 10.9 centimeters, so the actual distance is going to be 10.9 centimeters, okay, times 3. So the answer would be in kilometers, that is equal to almost 32.7 kilometers. If someone measures this length to be 11 centimeters, so the answer is going to be 11 times 3, that is 33 kilometers. If someone measures this distance to be 11.1 centimeter, then the distance would be 11.1 times 3, that is 33.3 kilometers. That depends upon the measurement of this line using the ruler, and normally CIE gives a bit of relaxation for this range, so the range may vary from 10.9 till 11.1. Okay, then it is part B. Measure the bearing of B from A. B from A. What we need to do? We need to draw a vertical line from A, that is the north, like this. And then we need to measure the angle in the clockwise direction to measure the bearing to this line. So when we use our protractor, this angle becomes to be almost 118 degree, or it could be 119 degree, or someone might measure it to be 120 degrees. So it could be any angle within this range. Okay. Now for bearings, let me give you a bit of recall of this concept. It is an angle measured from north drawn at the starting point from where we need to measure the angle bearing, and then it has to be in the clockwise direction as we did in this case, and then it is a 3-digit angle. Okay, in this case normally as you can see that the answer is already in 3 digits, so that's what was required. Okay, then for part C, this is calculate the bearing of A from B. Since we need to measure the bearing from B, so we need to draw north at point B now, like this. And then we need to move in the clockwise direction. So we need to measure this angle. Now if we draw a hypothetical vertical line like this, so it is very much clear that up till here the angle is 180 degrees, and then we need to add this angle as well. So as we can see that this angle was 118, let's suppose. So this line when prolonged like this, now we have got two parallel lines like this. Another line, a transversal, is intersecting them, and we know that whenever we have got such parallel lines intersected by a transversal, these angles are the alternate angles and these are equal in size. So if this is 118, this portion is also going to be of 118 degrees. So the complete bearing from here till here is going to be the sum of these two. So the answer to part C is going to be 180 degrees plus 118, that is 298 degrees, or 180 plus 119, which could be 299 degrees, or 180 plus 120 degrees, that yields an answer of 300 degrees. So that was part C of question number 5. Okay, then it is question number 6. A solid metal cuboid has a volume of 600 centimeter cube. The base of the cuboid is 10 centimeters by 12 centimeters. Calculate the height of the cuboid. Okay, this is a scenario something like this. And we see that the dimensions are 12 centimeter and then 10 centimeter. We need to find out the height. So we know that the volume of a cuboid is length times breadth times height. Replacing the values, 600 equals 12 times 10 times height. So this is going to be 600 divided by 12 times 10, and 12 fives are. That yields the height to be 5 centimeters. Okay. Now part B. The solid metal cuboid is melted and made into 1120 spheres, each with radius 0.45 centimeter. Find the volume of metal not used in making these spheres. Okay, we have made spheres, 1120 spheres out of this volume, and have each having a radius of 0.4 centimeters, and we need to see how much material has not been used in making these spheres. So volume of a sphere is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cubed. So that is going to be 4 by 3 times the value of pi and then 0.45 and its whole cubed. That would give us, using our calculator, times pi times 0.45 whole cubed, 0.3817. And since we need to have 1120 such spheres, so I need to multiply this with 120, 1120, sorry. So this is 427.51, and the volume or the solid metal that has not been used, or the remaining metal, that is 600 minus this value, so that gives us to be 172.4, 172.4 or 172.5, or even if someone has written to be 172 centimeter cubes, that is okay, that is also fine. So that was question number 6. Okay, now it is question number 7. One day the probability that it rains is 1 by 3. When it rains, the probability that Amira goes fishing is 3 by 5. When it does not rain, the probability that Amira goes fishing is 3 by 4. Okay, in a period of 60 days, on how many days is it expected to rain? Okay, for raining, we have got 1 by 3 times total number of days, that is 60. So for 20 days. Okay. Now for part B, complete the tree diagram. If it rains, the probability is 1 by 3. The probability of no rain, that is going to be out of 3, we have got one portion representing raining. So the remaining are 2 portions out of the 3. So that should be representing no rain. Same goes for the fishing. Out of 5, 3 portions depict when Amira goes fishing. So the remaining 2 portions out of 5 would be representing that Amira is not going for fishing. Okay, then this was 3 by 4. When it does not rain, this one, a- and then Amira goes for fishing. She goes for fishing. So this portion is 3 by 4. So out of 4, 3 portions represent when Amira goes for fishing, when there was no rain. So it is the remaining 1 portion out of 4 that would be representing that Amira does not go for fishing when there was no rain. So that was the completion of the tree diagram. Then find the probability that on any day Amira goes fishing. Okay, Amira goes fishing on any day. Okay, for part B then, we need to see that for fishing, Amira has 2 possibilities, that it rained and she went for fishing, or it did not rain, no rain, and she went for fishing. So the probabilities are, for rain, the probability is 1 by 3, and then she going to be having fishing, that is 3 by 5. For or, we use a plus sign in mathematics in probability, and for no rain, the probability was 2 by 3. So here is 2 by 3 times she goes fishing, that is 3 by 4. So this is it. Now we can simplify it out. 3's are, 1's are, and then 2 1's are, then 2 2's are. So 1 by 5 plus 1 by 2, that is 10, and 5 2's are 10, and then that is 7 by 10, that gives 0.7. This one or this one is our answer to part B. That what is the probability Amra goes for fishing on any day, whether it rained or it did not rain. Okay, then it is question number 8. On the grid, draw the lines y is equal to x and x plus y is equal to 7. Um, for y is equal to x, the graph is straightforward, like this. This is because we know and we can see that the value of y is equal to the value of x. So if x is 0, the value of y is 0. This is the point. If x is 1, the value of y is 1. This is the point. And if x is 7, the value of y is also 7. This is the point. And we need to join these points, and we have drawn the graph like this. Okay. Then for x plus y equals to 7, let's have the simplest points, the x intercepts and the y intercepts. When I replace x equals to 0, the value of y becomes 7. So this is the point. Let me use some other color marker. And when I replace y equals to 0, the value of x would be 7. So this is going to be the point. And then joining them by this straight line, we get the graph of these two equations. So we are done with this part. Okay, region R satisfies the three inequalities y greater than or equal to 0, y less than or equal to x, and x plus y greater than or equal to 7. On the grid, label the region R. Okay, let me show you. For y greater than or equal to 0, the region has to be above the x-axis that represents y greater than or equal to 0. This is the region. Okay, then for the second one, y less than or equal to x, the value of y should be less than the value of x. So this is under this line, this one, and then for the third inequality, that is x plus y greater than or equal to 7, I should be having the values of x plus y greater than or equal to 7. So that has to be above this region, in this region. So the region that contains all the three colors of these lines that represent the region R. So this is the region R. We can label it as R. This is our required region. Okay, let's check it out whether the region is correct or not. Let's do it. Let me take any point in this region. Let it be this point. Let's see. The x coordinate is 5 and the y coordinate is 4. Y is greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Y is less than or equal to x. Okay, that is also fine. And the sum of x and y is greater than or equal to 7. The sum is 9, which is greater than or equal to 7. So yes, all the conditions are being fulfilled. So this is our required region R. Okay. Now it is question number 9. The diagram shows the speed time graph of part of a car journey. Find the deceleration of the car between 10 and 13 seconds. So this is the starting time and this is the finishing time, and this is the initial velocity from where the deceleration is starting, and this is the final velocity. So we know that the formula for the deceleration, that is also an acceleration, is final velocity minus initial velocity divided by change in time, delta t. So this is what we have. Final velocity is 0 here, and initially the car started from 8 divided by change in time. So 13 minus 10, that is negative 8 divided by 3. That gives us an answer of like, let it be 8 by 3, that is also fine. Or if we can convert it like 2.67 meter per second squares. Here I haven't used the negative sign because the word deceleration has already been used. That means negative acceleration. So the working contains a negative sign and the answer is like 2.67. So that means that it is deceleration. So it has to contain a negative sign with it. So that's understood. Okay, now part B, calculate the total distance traveled during the 13 seconds. We know that the distance when it is to be calculated, it is equal to the area under the curve. In this case, we can do we can see that it is a trapezium, and we can use the formula for area of a trapezium. It is given by half sum of the parallel sides. The parallel side 1 is here, that is having a length of 10, and then the other side is this, which is having a length of 13. So 10 plus 13 times height. The height is the perpendicular distance between the parallel sides. In this case, it is 8. So solving them out, 23 times 4, that is 92 meters. This can also be calculated in another way. Let me solve it using method 2. That can be done area of a rectangle plus area of a triangle. So area of rectangle is given by the formula length times breadth, that is 10 times 8, that is 80. And for area of the triangle, half times base times height, 1 by 2 times the base of the triangle is 3 times the height of the triangle is 8. So that would be 4 3s are 12. So adding these two, we get 92 once again. So that is the required answer to this question. Okay, now question number 10. Factorize. We can factorize it in different ways. Let me combine these two terms. We can take 2 as a common factor, and from the first term I'm left with x, and this 6, obviously it can be written as 2 times 3. So 2 being taken common, I'm left with this 3 inside the bracket. And then from these two terms, we can take out negative 3y common, and then x plus 3. Now, as a whole, x plus 3 is a common factor. We can take it out as a common factor. And from the first term, I'm left with 2 and then minus 3y. That was one of the methods, and that's pretty fine. That's simple. So that should be the case. Okay, that's the answer. Okay, then it is question number 11. Number of the elements in the universal set is 20. Number of elements in A union B whole complement is 3, and n of A is 10, n of B is 13. The Venn diagram shows some of this information. Find number of the elements in A intersection B. Okay. Uh, this whole region contains 10. It is given in the question like this. And then n of B. This whole region contains 13. But we do not know how many elements are there in the common region. And let's suppose we have got x elements here, so we would be having 10 minus x here, and then 13 minus x in this region. So adding all these, we should be getting the complete universal set. That means this plus this plus this plus this, 3 plus 10 minus x plus x plus 13 minus x, that should be equals to 20. Now we can simplify them together. That negative x and positive x get cancelled out, and then we are having 26 minus x is equal to 20, and then 26 minus 20, that is equal to x, that is 6. This is equal to 6. This region contains 6 elements. So the common elements in A and B are 6. So here we go. And then A complement intersection B. For this, we need to see A complement. A complement is this region other than A. This one. Then we need to see its common portion with set B. The common portion with set B is this one. So the answer is going to be for this region, that is 13 minus x, that is 13 minus 6, that is 7. So the answer to this part is 7 elements in this. Okay, now it is question number 12. The height 8 centimeter of each of 100 students is measured. The table shows the results. Height, age given in centimeters, and the frequency. That means the number of students. Okay. Calculate the estimate of the mean. We know that the formula for the mean is sigma fx times sigma f, where x is the mid value of each class. So let's calculate first of all the mid values. The middle of 100 and 150 is actually 100 plus 150 divided by 2, that is 125. Similarly, this value is 155, this is 162.5, and this is 175. These are the x values, and now I need to have the multiplication of f and x. So for fx, I need to multiply this with this, that is 125 times 7, then 155 times 30, then 162.5 times 41, then 175 times 22. Okay, and then I need to add them together. Okay, let me solve them completely. 125 times 7, that is 875, then 155 times 30, that is 4650. This is 162.5 times 41, that is 6662.5, and this is 175 times 22, that is 3850. Now for sigma fx, I need to add them up. Is sum of all these, that is 16037.5, and I need to divide it by sigma f. Sigma f is the sum of the frequency. This is sigma f, 7 plus 30 plus 41 plus 22, that is equal to 100 as given in the start of the question. So I need to divide it by 100 to calculate the mean, that is 160 0.375. So that is the mean of this. Okay. Now it is question number 13. The diagram shows a quadrilateral ABCD formed from two triangles ABC, this one, and then ACD. ACD. These are the two triangles. ABC is a right angle triangle. Calculate angle BAC. B, then A, and then C. This is the angle we need to find out. Let me call it as angle theta. So the side opposite to theta is the opposite side, and this is the adjacent side. So I can use tangent of theta, the opposite side divided by the adjacent side, that is 14 divided by 12. So the angle theta can be calculated as tangent inverse of 14 by 12. From our calculator, the answer would be shift tan 14 divided by 12, which is 49.398. 3987. And since this is the angle and we know that the angle has to be given to one decimal place, so the final answer would be 49.4 degrees to one decimal place. Now we need to calculate BD, the distance BD. Okay, the distance is BD. This is the distance now we need to calculate for part B. Now we can see that the triangle is something like this, then this, then this. So the dimensions are 15, 12, and this is the unknown side, and this angle is the sum of 62 and 49.4 degrees. So we can use cosine rule, that is a square equals to b squared plus c square minus 2bc times cos of the angle A. So let's substitute these values. For angle, first of all, let's have 62 plus 49.4 degrees. That would give us 111.4 degrees. So when we replace the values, I need to calculate the side BD. So 15 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 15 times 12 times cos of this angle 111.4, and then I need to take its square root to calculate the side. So to calculate this, the answer from the calculator is going to be giving us the length of the side BD, which would be 22.36 or 22.37, or we can have it to be 22.4 centimeters. That is answer to part B. Okay, calculate the shortest distance from D to AC. D to AC. For the shortest distance word, we know that the perpendicular distance is the shortest distance. So that means this is a right angled triangle. And now we need to find out this distance, this distance. So for part C, we have got the angle and the opposite side is what we need to find out. And we are given with the hypotenuse, that is the side opposite to the 90-degree angle or the right angle. So we can apply sine of theta. Sine of 62 degrees, that is equal to the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse, that is the unknown side, let it be called as x, divided by the hypotenuse, that is 15. So that would generate 15 times sine 62 is equal to x. So from our calculator, it would be calculated to give us 13.2442. So this distance, the shortest distance from D to AC, that is equal to x, and that is 13.2 or 24, 13.2 centimeters. Okay. Now it is question number 14. Hong has $4,000 to invest. She invests $2,000 at a rate of 2.5% per year, simple interest. He also invests $2,000 at a rate of 2% per year, compound interest. Find the value of each investment at the end of 8 years. Okay. For simple interest, I can have I equals to PRT divided by 100. That is 2000 times rate, that is 2.5. This is P, and then time, that is 8 divided by 100. So that would give us $400. So simple interest investment, that would be the sum of the principal amount and this amount, that is 2000 plus 400, that is $2,400. Okay, now for the compound interest, I can use P times 1 plus R raised to the power T. The principal amount is 2000. 1 plus rate is 2%, this one. So 2%, that is 2 divided by 100 whole raised to the power 8. That is going to be, using our calculator, 2343.32. So the investment is going to be $2343.32 for compound interest investment. Okay, then find the overall percentage increase in the 4,000 investment dollars at the end of 8 years. So percentage increase is given by the formula change or increase divided by original value times 100%. So the change is going to be 2343.32 plus 2400 minus the initial investment that was 2000 plus 2000 or altogether 4000 whole divided by the original investment that was 4000 times 100%, and then simplifying it, that gives us 18.57 or 58 or 18.6. Okay, then for third part, this is going to be find the number of complete years it takes for the compound interest investment of 2000 to become greater than $2,500. Okay, for 8 years, we were having the answer 2343.32 for 8 years. Now, for this answer, let's calculate it for, like, for example, for a larger number of years, like 2001 plus 2 by 100. Let's have its power to be 11, and from our calculator, the answer is 2000 times 1 plus 0.02, which is actually 2 divided by 100 and whole raised to the power 11. The answer is 2486.7486, which is less than $2,500. So let's have its power to be 12 this time. This is the part 12. This will give us an answer 2536.4835, which is obviously greater than $2,500. So for the number of complete years to have a compound interest investment to be greater than 2500, the number of years are 12. So 12 years. That is the answer to part 3. Okay. Now for part B, Align invests $5,000 at a rate of R% per year compound interest. At the end of 15 years, the value of the investment is 7566. Find the value of R. Okay. So this is going to be 7566 is equal to the principal amount, that is 5,000, 1 plus R percent raised to the power 15. Okay, now simplifying it, 7566 divided by 5,000 is equal to 1 plus R by 100 whole raised to the power 15. Now this would give me mm, 7566. Let me do it completely first. 5000. Now I need to take its power to be 1 by 15 on both the sides. Like this. And then I need to shift 7566 divided by 5000 whole to the power 1 by 15 minus 1 when I shifted this 1 to this side, and then I would be multiplying it with 100 to have the value of R, and solving it out using the calculator we get the answer to be 2.799, and that is equal to almost 2.80. So R is like this. That is the answer to part B. Okay. Then it is question number 15. Find the value of y when u is 7 and x is 25. Y is equal to 7 squared times 25 whole square root. Using our calculator, we get the value of y to be 35. Okay. Part B, rearrange the formula to write x in terms of u and y. So first of all, let's take square of both the sides. So the square root sign from the right side vanishes, and then I need to shift this u squared on this side, which would get divided. So this is the answer, y squared divided by u squared. Okay, now this is question number 16. A point 72 and A is the point 72 and B is the point negative 58. Calculate the length AB. We are going to use the formula for the distance, that is x2 minus x1 whole squared plus y2 minus y1 whole square root. So let's substitute the values. Minus 5 minus 7 whole square plus 8 minus 2 whole square root, that is negative 12 square plus 6 square whole square root. So that would give us 144 plus 36 square root, and its answer is going to be 13.41 or 13.42. Okay, now for part B, find the equation of the line that is perpendicular to AB and that passes through this point negative 1, 3. Give your answer in the form y equals to mx plus c. Okay, first of all, the gradient m of the line AB, that is what we need to calculate. M is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, the values are, this is 8 minus 2 divided by negative 5 minus 7, that is 6 divided by negative 12, and the answer is negative 1 by 2. So gradient of perpendicular line to AB, that is going to be negative times negative reciprocal of this. So that is positive 2. Now we are going to use this gradient and this point in this equation. Y is equal to mx plus c. For y this is 3, for m this is 2, for x this is negative 1 plus c. So that is 3 plus 2 is equal to c, that is 5, and now replacing all these values, I get y equals to, for m this is 2, for x it is x, and for c that is 5. So this is y is equal to 2x plus 5. Okay. Now it is question number 17. The area of the triangle is 50 centimeter squares. Calculate the value of sine x. We know that the formula for the area of triangle is 1 by 2 times a times b times sine of the angle between these two sides. Let it be x. In this case, area is 50 times 2 and divided by the product of these two sides, which are 18 and 13. That would give us the value of the sine x. Using our calculator, we get the answer to be 0.4273. That could be its answer. Okay, now for question number 18, solve. So we need to cross multiply them. 4 times 3y is equal to 3 times 2y minus 1. That is 12y is equal to 6y minus 3. Then 12y minus 6y is equal to negative 3. So 6y is equal to negative 3. The value of y is negative 3 by 6. That is negative 1 by 2. Okay. Question number 19. The cross section of a prism is an equilateral triangle of side 6 centimeter. The length of the prism is 20 centimeter. Calculate the total surface area of the prism. Okay. This is something like this. And this distance is of 20 centimeters. And all these sides are of 6 because this is an equilateral triangle. So for the total surface area, I need to calculate the area of the front side, which is an equilateral triangle. So area of triangular faces, that is 1 by 2 times 6 times 6 times sine of the angle. And since this is an equilateral triangle, each angle is going to be of 60 degrees. So since these are two such triangles, so this would give me 36 times sine 60. That is 31.18. And then I need to have area of rectangles. The rectangle 1, the rectangle 2, and the one at the bottom as well. So 20 times 6 times 3, that is 360. So adding them up, we get something 391.18. 391.18 or 391.2. We can also say it like this. Okay, now for question number 20. Y is 2x raised to the power k plus ux raised to the power 7 and dy by dx is given by this. Find the value of k and the value of u. Dy by dx shows that we need to differentiate this value of y. So let's differentiate it. Dy by dx is equal to 2 times the use of power rule, k times x raised to power k minus 1, then plus u times 7 and then x raised to power 7 minus 1, which is 2k x raised to the power k minus 1 plus 7u x raised to the power 6. If this value is equal to 18 x raised to the power k minus 1 plus 21 x raised to the power 6, that means that if we compare them, the coefficient of x raised to the power k minus 1 is 2k. So that is 2k is equal to 18. The value of k is 18 by 2, that is 9. And then the coefficient of x raised to the power 6 is 21. So that gives 7u is equal to 21. So the value of u is 21 by 7, that is 3. So k is 9 and u is 3. Okay, now it is question number 21. We need to simplify them. Okay, we can have 5p squared minus 5 times 4p divided by 2p squared minus 2 times 16. So that now we can take 5p common from the numerator and we are left with p minus 4, and then in the denominators we can take 2 common and then we are left with p squared minus 16. Now here 5p times p minus 4 divided by 2 times p squared minus 4 squared. We can apply the identity a square minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So this would give us an answer 2 times p minus 4 times p plus 4. So that we can cancel for p minus 4. The final answer is 5p divided by 2 times p plus 4. Okay. Then it is question number 22. The diagram shows triangle OPT. In the diagram, OT is equal to T, this one, and OP is equal to P, this one. OK ratio KT is 2 ratio 1. OK ratio KT. So this portion is 2 and this is 1. Then TL ratio LP is 2 ratio 1 as well. Find in terms of T and P in its simplest form PL. Okay. We can see that from P to L, we can reach from P to O then from O to T, that would be PT. And then once we are done with this PT, we can calculate this one portion out of three portions of PT. So let's first of all calculate PT, that is PO plus OT, that is negative P plus T. And then once we have got this PT, uh, this PL is actually one out of three portions of PT, this one. So that would be 1 by 3 times negative P plus T. I've used this value. So PL is negative 1 by 3P plus 1 by 3T. That is the answer to first part. Okay, now KL. KL is this one. We can reach from K to L by following this path: KO plus OP plus PL. So KO plus OP plus PL. KO is, that was two portions out of three of the distance TO, or OT distance. Let it be like this. Okay, then plus OP is P, and plus PL that we just calculated, that was negative 1 by 3 P plus 1 by 3 T. Okay, and now this is actually 2 by 3 OT is negative T. O till T, O till T, this one, that is T. So 2 by 3 T, then from O to T, when we are going to calculate like this. And since we need to find out from K to O, we need to follow this distance K to O, that would be generating it in the negative direction. So we can have this as 2 by 3 of negative T, then plus P, and then minus 1 by 3P, and then plus 1 by 3T. Okay, let's calculate it then. This would be 40, uh, this one and this one, that is negative 2T plus 1T, and then for P, this one 3P minus 1P. That would give us an answer. Like, let me use here 2t, that is minus 1 by 3t, and then plus 2 by 3p. Okay, that's fine. That's the answer to second part. Negative 1 by 3t plus 2 by 3p. Okay, then KL is extended to the point M. Km is equal to negative 2 by 3t plus 4 by 3p. Show that M lies on OP extended. M lies on OP. M lies on OP extended. Like this and this. So this is the point M that we need to see. For Km, we can have starting from K, then coming to O, and then going till here. Km is actually KO plus OP plus PM. Okay. Now KO is actually 2 by 3 of negative T. For OP is it is P, and for PM again we can have if we subtract from 4 by 3 1, we get 1 by 3. So PM would be actually 1 by 3 of P. So that's why when we get negative 2 by 3T plus 4 by 3P, that means like this. This 4 by 3P is this portion, and negative 2 by 3T is this portion. So from this, we can observe that M lies actually on the straight line OM. So that's what it proves, or what we can say. There is another way of thinking and giving the answer, giving the region, like negative through 2 by 3t is this portion, okay, and then 4 by 3p is actually OM. Now OM is actually some constant number times p. That means that gives that OM is a scalar multiple of OP, that is P, this distance. So that's why M lies on that straight line. So this is how it is to be proved. Okay, then it is question number 23. Serge walks 7.9 kilometers, correct to the nearest 100 meters. The walk takes 133 minutes, correct to the nearest minute. Calculate the maximum possible average speed surge of Serge walk. Give your answer in kilometers per hour. Okay. The distance is 7.9 kilometers and the accuracy is 100 meters. Um, For meters, let me convert it into kilometers by dividing it by 1000. So I get 0.1 kilometer. For um, upper bound of the distance, I need to have 7.9, and then dividing this 0.1 divided by 2, I get 0.05 kilometers. So this is 7.9 plus 0.05, that is 7.95 kilometers, and the distance is having a lower bound of 7.9 minus 0.05, that is 7.85 kilometers. Okay, now for the time, 133 minutes. Correct to the nearest 1 minute. So accuracy is 1 minute. So I need to have the answer in kilometer per hour. For minutes, let me divide it by 60 to have the answer in hours. 133 divided by 60, that is 2.21667. 2.22, let it be, hours. For 1 minute, I need to divide it by 60, that is 0.016667, and then I need to for this I need to divide it by 2 for its accuracy, that is 8.33 to 10 to the power negative 3. So for this, finally, what I need to do, I need to divide distance with time to get the final answer. That is going to be 7.95 divided by this time. That is 3.58. That is average speed. That is calculated as distance divided by time. Okay. For distance, I need to have, since I need to have the maximum possible average speed, I need to have the maximum answer for the distance, that is 7.95. So when I divide it by 2.22 plus 0.5 times 1 divided by 60. So this is it, 2.22, the time, and I need to have its minimum possible value to have the maximum answer for this. So that is 2.22 minus 1 divided by 60. That was this, the accuracy, and then I need to divide it by 2. this one. So 2.22 minus this value to have its lower bound of the time. This is actually the lower bound of the time, this one, lower bound of the time, and that would give me an answer of 3.594,574 using the calculator, and that is approximately equal to 3.6 kilometer per hours. That is the answer to question number 23. Okay, then it is the final question. Question number 24. The straight line y is equal to 2x plus 1 intersects the curve y is equal to x squared plus 3x minus 4 at the points A and B. Find the coordinates of A and B. Give your answers to two decimal places. Okay, we can replace this value of y here. So we get 2x plus 1 equals to x squared plus 3x minus 4. Simplifying it, x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 4 minus 1 equals to 0. X square plus x minus 5 equals to 0. Now let's compare it with ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So the value of a is 1, b is 1, and the value of c is negative 5. Now using the quadratic formula, x equals to negative b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. And now let me replace the values. X is equal to negative 1 plus minus 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 5 whole divided by 2 times 1. So using our calculator to calculate the quadratic factors, the values of x are minus 2.79 and then 1.79. Once we have got these values of x, now we can calculate the values of y to be 2 times minus 2.79 plus 1, and then that would be 2 times negative 2.79 plus 1, which is negative 4.58. So the point is negative 2.79 and then minus 4.5. And then when the value of x is 1.79, the value of y is positive 4.58. So the value is 1.79 and 4.58. So the answers are negative 2.79 and negative 4.58, and then 1.79 and 4.58. So that was question number 24, the last question of this paper. So that's it for specimen paper 4 of year 2025.